I'll be honest, we've done a lot, but it's difficult because you and I all know it was supposed to get better. It was supposed to go in the right direction. We were supposed to start waving that flag on Parliament Hill and not look back as we step up on more protections. We banned conversion therapy. We're standing up for trans rights across the country. We're supporting 2S LGBTQI+ kids across the country. We're on a track where the arc of the moral universe is supposed to be bending towards justice, and yet here we are, where 2S LGBTQI+ hatred is on the rise, transphobia is on the rise, homophobia, biphobia on the rise, and increasingly we're seeing people weaponizing intolerance for political gain. Shame. In Canada, we stand up for each other's rights. We stand up for everybody's freedoms. And there is no freedom more fundamental than the freedom to be who you are and love whom you love. And unfortunately, we need to keep stepping up and reminding people of that, even as Canada is welcoming refugees fleeing from around the world. We need to continue to be there to protect and stand up for everyone's rights, and that's exactly what we will always do.
Well, in Alberta, Trudeau visited Edmonton's Pride celebrations, at one point taking the stage to address challenges affecting many evacuees in northern communities. Many in attendance at the Pride festivities are here from the north, looking for a sense of community. The CBC's Madeline Smith reports.
Happy Pride!
Downtown Edmonton is an explosion of color this weekend as the 2S LGBTQ community celebrates Pride. Musicians, artists, and drag performers took to the stage, including some who were a long way from home. They traveled hundreds of kilometers south, fleeing wildfires in the Northwest Territories. And away from their own communities, they're finding a sense of belonging at the Pride Festival.
I needed something to look forward to this weekend, and this gave me something to look forward to and a little bit of queer joy, which, you know, you can't always find when you're in an emergency situation.
The city of Yellowknife has been under evacuation orders for more than a week, and people in other surrounding communities have been out even longer. More than 6,000 evacuees have registered in Edmonton. And it's a stressful time for many, even during this weekend's celebrations.
I mean, I'm so happy they're here. I know they have a lot going on back home, and I lived in Fort McMurray at the time of the Fort McMurray wildfires, so I know exactly what they're going through.
After meeting with the Premier of the Northwest Territories, Justin Trudeau made an appearance at Edmonton's Pride celebration, getting on stage to address the crowd.
These past days have been really tough, but watching how Albertans and particularly Edmontonians have been opening their communities, their hearts and their homes to people fleeing wildfires from Northwest Territories. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for all your generosity and leadership as great Canadians.
The uncertainty that we experience feels very ginormous, but the more the communities in Alberta and across the country welcome us and support us, the easier it's going to be, and then when we go back, we'll pay it forward.
Evacuees still have no idea when they'll be able to go home, but they're expecting a long road ahead to get back to normal. Madeline Smith, CBC News, Edmonton.